Hello Libra, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the career and financial energy for the sign of Libra for the month of October. First and foremost, a big happy birthday to you, Libra. I hope you have an amazing Libra season and an amazing month of October. Do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go and see what we have here for our fellow Libras. I am using the classic Rider-Waite Tarot as well as the Kipper Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. All right. Let's go and put this up here, and then I'll also take 1, 2, 3 of these Kipper cards. I think that looks just about good enough to me. All right, so here's some transformative energies here with the Devil and the Death card on the end caps, okay? But in between, you have something really nice forming here. Some of you have, I think, been spending a whole lot of time looking at yourself and asking yourself, what is it about my career that I need to change? What is it about my financial situation that I need to change? Do I need to download Mint and track my spending? As I know us fellow Libras, I'm a Libra, I have 3 Libra placements. I know us fellow Libras, we like to spend, right? Do I need to track my spending? Do I need to generate more money? Do I need to shift my career around? These are some things that are coming in for you. And I think you've been spending time looking at this. I think that you've been spending time thinking about your long-term situation. I like what I see here. You have a pretty big event arriving for you here. Let's just dive into it. So in the overall situation, you have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords represents some type of event coming into your life quickly and almost chaotically, okay? It doesn't have to be bad, but it's something that could come in very quickly. I mean, look at the horse, right? They're like, whoa, what's going on here? The horse is like, slow down, man. And this person's like, no, we're charging in. Look, we're charging into battle. We're charging into victory. We're going for something. This is about something happening so quickly in your life. And so this could be, it doesn't have to be a bad thing, right? But it does suggest events. Now, the thing is that this person is taking action, okay? They are striking while the iron is hot, and they are going for something. They are going for something big in their life. And this says, take advantage of the opportunity now, because this window of time won't be here forever. And so I think some of you are in the process of doing that in this month of October. I have to tell you, the energy is shifting, okay? I don't know if it's because we're Libras or what. I don't feel it just for Libras, but I feel it for everybody. But the energy is shifting right now at the collective level. Summer's fading out, right? Fall is here. We're in the last quarter of the year. Energy shifting. Things are moving, and feels like we're gearing up for the next kind of year, which obviously we are, right? We still have more of 2022, but feels like we're gearing up for the start of the next year already. So in the past, you have the Devil card and the 7 of Pentacles. Some of you are like, okay, what can I no longer ignore about my spending or about my financial situation? The 7 of Pentacles indicates financial planning. You can see that they're looking at the harvest here, and they're asking themselves, as you see, they're asking themselves, do I take the money that I've built and put it somewhere else, or do I keep allowing this to grow? It can indicate a shift in direction, okay? It can say like, all right, what I'm doing now is not working, or what I'm doing now might work, but I'm not loving it, so let's switch some things up. The Devil card is something that is a shadow in our life. It is something, we all have shadows, right? We all have things that we need to work on in this lifetime. And this can come forward, something about spending here is coming forward pretty heavily. I don't always get that with the Devil, but it is something that's maybe showing up here for you in the past. Another thing is The devil can indicate issues around power and control. And so, for some of you, you might have like a micromanager in the workplace. This is like a micromanager card. This person might be an air sign. This could, like specifically maybe an Aquarius here. But maybe we'll get some more details on that as we move up the pyramid and clarify more. Now, in the future, you have the Death card and the Star. It's transformative energy here in the future. Okay, these are big cards. All right, these are major arcanas. The Death card represents transformation. It doesn't mean death and dying. Like, I would really try to detach from this idea. If you see the Death card, it doesn't mean someone's going to die. It means that a part of yourself could be dying. Okay, a part of yourself could be transforming into something new. You can see the Hierophant here on the card. This is the old guard. Okay, the old guard is leaving, the new guard is coming in. When you see the Death card, there's something new forming. You can see the sun here coming up in the distance. And for you, you also have this with the Star card, which is really nice. Okay, the Star card is one of my favorites. It is all about wishes being granted. It is all about hope, optimism, healing for the future, connectivity within the universe, synchronicities, connecting with something outside of yourself, and also tranquility in life. They have their foot here in this pool of healing water, and they're allowing themselves to be present in their situation. This can say that you are turning something around in your life. The Star comes after the upheaval of the Tower. The Tower is number 16, the Star is number 17. You are turning something around. You are ready to embrace tranquility, maybe after some challenges, especially because you have this chaos maybe in the middle. Actually, don't get a bad energy from it, but something might have just been happening for you here. Let's go and continue moving up the pyramid. So you have the Three of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Wands, you have the Four of Pentacles, and you also have the Emperor. All right, so love to see this coming in here. So the Three of Pentacles is your colleagues. Okay, so I said maybe we will get another message here about this micromanager. Well, I think some of you have had one here in the past with the Three of Pentacles and the Devil. Because look, I mean, you just have the three people here together. This Three of Pentacles represents colleagues. This person's like wrapping up a statue. And so I think that some of you here, look, here's the truth. I've been in this situation before. If you don't like who you work with, it can be very challenging. Okay, I've been in a situation where I didn't jive with the people I worked with, and it became very hard to go into work every day. Some of you are like, have been in that situation, and you're like, okay, what is next for me? Where do I go from here? And what do I see myself kind of moving into from here? The Ten of Wands is all about burdens, carrying the weight of the world on your shoulder, carrying a heavy load. And also, though, the Ten of Wands talks about completions in your life. So yeah, there's been somebody here there's somebody showing up in your workplace or in the past that has been a burden for you, okay? And you also have, and so I think for some of you, you've been like ready to, like with this Knight of Swords, I think some of you are just ready to make a big move away from that burden and away from that person and away from that energy. You have this Four of Pentacles and the Emperor, both are fours. So if you take a look here, this Four of Pentacles person is saving, okay? They're accumulating money, okay? They're budgeting, they're planning financially for the future. And I think some of you are also kind of, those two things are going hand in hand for you. Looking at the burdens that you have, I think maybe connected to a colleague, and then you're also like, okay, does it make financial sense for me to see what else is out there? And I think some of you are maybe really thinking about that. You have this Emperor card. The Emperor is seen as a very good omen of success in career, business situations. This is boss energy. The Emperor is big boss energy. This is somebody who's a leader, and they have authority over themselves, over their lives, over their situation. And so when you get the Emperor, it can say that you are a success. So, I definitely think that this to me indicates that you are on the right path here. You're making the right moves. You're thinking about the right things, and allow it to happen, right? Allow it to happen when it happens. I would say the thing about the Knight of Swords is be careful of impulsivity and destruction, because if you move too quickly without a game plan in place, that can be very challenging. Let's go and see what's in these 3 Kipper cards here. All right, so you have toil and labor, you have child, and you have mature woman. So toil and labor is your this is symbolism for you grinding, working very, very hard at something, okay, in your life. And this mature woman card, this might be somebody this might be the micromanager here showing up. I definitely feel like, there's some energy here with the Devil and the 3 of Pentacles. And I think that this person is like not really understanding how hard you work or the work that you do. The child energy is some of you want to connect with your child self. Some of you want to feel brand new again. Some of you want to feel reborn in your life and potentially in your work situation. It's always a good idea to connect with your child self. Yeah. A good exercise to do is like, what would 12-year-old Libra want to do? If you can think back to when you were like a 12-year-old, what was your goal? Like maybe you wanted to be a soccer player. Like I know when I was a kid, I wanted to be a professional soccer player. That never happened. But when I was a kid, that's what I really wanted to do. And there were other things too. But it's like, allowing yourself to have that thought exercise. It's not that you're going to stop everything and become a professional soccer player, but it allows you to connect with your child self and that idea of being free. Free to think, free to make something new. Let's go and move up the pyramid here. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. So you have the 10 of Cups, you have the Justice card, and you also have the King of Pentacles. All right, so the 10 of Cups is all about happiness, joy, celebration, good times, good vibes, good energy, all of that. And, this can say that you are you're ready to move back past this burden here. There is a completion showing up in the past, or something connected to the past could be closing out or completing for you here, as you have 2 10s showing up in the past. 10s represent completions. Again, this might be around this colleague or this micromanager or this workplace situation that's becoming a burden for you. Justice is your energy. That's the Libra card. And, this is the idea of the scales tipping and kind of balancing out and moving in one direction. And it says that, your actions in life are very important. The actions that you take in life really do mean something. And the Justice card says that we all get the outcome that we deserve. If you take the right actions, you get the right outcome. The King of Pentacles is it's one of the Empire cards. This is somebody who's very skilled and successful when it comes to budgeting, planning, preparing their money situation so that they can eventually build an empire or have an empire in their life. Let's go ahead and continue moving up the pyramid here. You have the King of Cups, and you also have the Knight of Pentacles here showing up. All right, so the King of Cups, this is self-care, okay? It's maybe having a self-care practice, or this could also be somebody who is an emotional leader. This is somebody who leads from the heart instead of somebody who leads from, other ways. Like instead of being overpowering or being a micromanager, the King of Cups can indicate somebody who leads from the heart. And, for some of you, you're either wanting to work under somebody like that, or you are taking on those qualities for yourself. Also being calm in your situation. This person is sitting on water, indicating that they are ready to handle any sort of emotional situation that comes up. The Knight of Pentacles is about results coming in. So you have two knights here. Knight of Pentacles says work hard and you will see the results. But the Knight of Pentacles can be like the deliverance of those results coming in. So it's a very good card. At the top of the pyramid, you do have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords represents loss or defeat or the end of something. And so I think the thing about the Five of Swords is I always like to say, the Five of Swords makes you stronger. Okay, it is not like the Ten of Swords. It doesn't mean you're totally out. It just means that you've been knocked down, and it means that you can get back up again. And so you're not out of the game when you get the Five of Swords. It's just a temporary setback. You do have this Nine of Swords. There's a person here that's keeping you up late at night. There's a person here that's making you anxious, and I think they're since this is a career and finance reading, this is somebody connected to your work. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next reading.